The beginning of this video is an example of the hordes of mobs that will start swarming you and appearing in the later stages of how far you get into these levels, but we have to start with humble beginnings so that you understand how this game works. This is just a prologue, and it's still in development. There were features still locked and will be available on release, which gets me really excited for the game's future. Only 3 characters were available at the beginning, and the rune page was still not available. The 3 classes that were available at the beginning were Barbarian, Pyromancer, and the Houndmaster. Now there were a ton, but I don't really know what they are, so we'll see what happens when the game actually releases. You gather a currency, and then you buy characters in the game. Simple as that. The longer you last, the more currency you gain, the more power-ups and characters you're able to purchase. You're basically going to be fighting waves of mobs, endless waves of mobs, and collect yellow crystals which translate into experience, and this will grant you new abilities. The green crystals that spawn randomly on the map you grab for HP if you are falling behind. The game pauses and you will be able to choose one of the 3 abilities that appear. When you kill a boss, you have the ability to get multiple abilities at once. Once you complete the build you're looking for, with the specialization of damage over time, whether that's poison, shadow, light, ice, fire, and even minion summoning focused builds, you can then choose passives that make the abilities fire off multiple times or increase your defense and health pool to get through the stages a little bit easier. Another thing worth noting is that each stage has materials to make weapons for your characters of your choice, and it'll change the way your primary ability is used, but it also gives you a power-up. The more mobs you kill, you will summon bosses, and sometimes you're fighting hundreds of mobs and multiple bosses at times, which can get overwhelming and sexy. Rogue Soulstone was designed from the very beginning for action roguelike lovers. Choose your character, venture into the void as mere mortal, and if you survive, leave as a powerful demigod, discovering mighty spell synergies, adjusting your build to your playstyle. And when I say adjusting your build to your playstyle, I definitely mean it. It feels really good to be either a shadow warrior, whatever you want to call it, or a Houndmaster, fire mage, I don't even know, but it just feels good. With tons of synergies to be discovered, and the game hasn't really been broken around the meta. You know, most games nowadays get broken down, and there's so many metas out there. It was nice to just experience the game as it's intended to be experienced, but every run is guaranteed to be unique. You can play as a warlock build, leaving your enemies to rot in your path, a powerful barbarian that groups enemies together and smashes them into pieces, an immovable tank hurling meteors and anything in between, in a dynamic and destructible environment. Using the corrupted souls of your fallen enemies, unlock new unique heroes to play with, purchase upgrades to assist you in your next run, unravel powerful runes to create a deck that can deeply alter your playstyle, complete achievements to acquire new spells and abilities, and when no fiend can stand your might, turn on modifiers to make your runs harder and more rewarding. Basically, in a nutshell, collect the Rogue Soulstones in this physics-based, fast-paced action roguelike RPG to achieve ultimate power. Learn spells to create powerful synergies, decimate hordes of corrupted souls, face titanic bosses, die, upgrade, and try again with a new build. I want to keep this one short and sweet. I love the ability to let you fire off multiple abilities at once, and the game felt clean and overwhelming at times, which is what you look for in a roguelike game. Keep moving is the key to success. If you get the power up to get movement speed increased, it feels really good when you do this. It's still early days for this game, and I would like to see more options with the abilities, but truthfully, that's all for now. This game felt really good, and I'm excited to play when it officially releases. Keep in mind this is a prologue, but this game has a ton of potential. If you did like the video, consider supporting a small creator by hitting that like button, and if you subscribe, we love you. And if you don't, we still love you. Have a wonderful day.